Oh, stimp. Guys, we're going to be talking about a place called Starbucks today, okay? And before we get into it, I just want to make it clear that Starbucks coffee, taste-wise, is a total abomination, okay? It doesn't taste like a Captain America action figure. It tastes like a generic, like Captain Superhero from a Dollar General. Even if they were getting paid well and treated well, I think the Starbucks workers should still strike. You know, they have signs that are like, why does it taste like this? So here's what's up, okay?
Here's what's good.
These Starbucks employees in Buffalo, New York, started trying to unionize, okay? They're like, we would like to be treated like human beings. And Starbucks, which we'll see, has a very weird view, very strange view of its employees. This is from a Buffalo local website. Starbucks closes 2 Buffalo locations, pushing to unionize.
Wow. That is some really sick stuff.
I mean, we're kind of used to this. We kind of accept this, you know, in sort of the business, corporate world, etc. But imagine any other relationship in your life being like this. Your husband or wife or your best friend is just like, look, you're not equal to me, A. You're lucky you're lucky for me to spend any time with you, actually. So you better do what I say under the conditions I set, or I'm going to end the whole thing and walk away. That's not a nice friend. What really just gets to me, what really bothers me, is sort of like the corporate doublespeak that we've been seeing forever with this kind of stuff. I would actually have way more respect for a company like Starbucks if they were just like, yeah, we really don't want to pay these people anything. And we'll do whatever it takes to stop these people. So here's what Starbucks says. This is their reply. What? Hey, so some people were trying to unionize in 2 stores, and right at the same time, those stores close. Here's Starbucks' explanation. Starbucks told News 4 that the 2 closures have nothing to do with the union efforts. The Elmwood Village location is set to reopen next week after renovations, while the store at Walden Avenue and Anderson Road in Chicatawaka will be used indefinitely for training, the company says. But if you read the rest of this article, they talk to the employees, and there's other articles, Vice talk to them too. And what they say is like, yeah, this renovation of the store kept getting delayed forever. But the minute we started doing this unionization thing, they were like, time to renovate. Quote, this is from a Vice article. They interviewed one of the people who works there. We were supposed to get a refurbishment earlier this year. But it's happening now, he says. As soon as we petitioned for a union election, they said, the remodel is definitely happening. He says, and the same guy who they interviewed said, their goal is to separate and disconnect us. And suddenly the other one has to turn into a training center. Odd timing. Interesting timing. Very odd coincidence. Oh no, that's just a coincidence. That those 2 people were trying to do union stuff, and suddenly, we got to interrupt those stores. We got to interrupt those stores right now. Oh no, you're doing union stuff. Whoa, that is so cool. Oh man, we got shut down though. That sucks. So this is probably just a coincidence, right? Starbucks love for their partners to do this stuff because they're partners. They see them as equals. This is from the same Vice article. Starbucks is working with Littler Mendelsohn, the largest anti-union law firm in the country, on the union drive, and has flown in executives from around the country, including Rasan Williams, the president of Starbucks North America, to hold a series of weekly anti-union meetings at each of the stores in the Buffalo region. So maybe that store is closing not a coincidence. This is such a crazy situation to maintain, and I was looking through the Reddit boards because there's actually a Starbucks Reddit board and a bunch of different Starbucks message boards where people who work there can talk about stuff. And there's a whole bunch of interesting back and forth on these boards. I'm just going to read you some of this stuff. And this guy quotes a statement from Starbucks. And here it is. Quote, we respect our partners' right to organize, but believe that they would not find it necessary given our pro-partner environment. And he points out the obvious. Well, obviously, they find it necessary. Also, this is where we get into my favorite part of all this. Also, is there anyone else tired of the cultish and condescending use of the term partner And this other person replies, one of my shifts is like this. I guess that means shift manager. She's completely immersed in the, quote, third place, unquote, and, quote, store purpose mentality. That if I even mention how I should only be giving a minimum wage effort, she'll tell me that as a, quote, partner, I should be committed to said ideas. I almost replied with, quote, that's what a cult sounds like.
Kambuga shaka munda, kuga kingo, uga laka bluga blah, 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 blah.
That's their cult chant that they do. Here at Starbucks, we believe, say it.
Uga laka bluga blah, 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 blah.
You didn't say it with the type of enthusiasm that I like to hear exactly, but close enough. We're gonna work on that. Okay? Unpaid, but we're gonna work on that. So when I was looking through this, I kept seeing this again and again, this idea of third place. This is part of Starbucks' mission statement is something called third place. Guys, say it.
Uga laka bluga.
This is like one of these kind of like corporate mission statements thing that like when you get like an orientation or something to work there, it's like, okay, great. And then like no one ever thinks about ever again. But I kept seeing this when I was looking through this stuff and looking at these message boards. I was like, what does third place mean? Does that mean they want to win the bronze medal in customer service? What do you mean third place? There's a bunch of explanations on their website and all this stuff, but this summarizes it right here from this Fast Company article. Starbucks goals to become the third place in our daily lives, i.e. home, work, and Starbucks. So it's not my home and it's not my work. So it's like any other restaurant or bar. Patton Oswalt had this bit a long time ago where he was like, if you write a script, they never, like the studios or whatever, they never shoot the original version of the script. They just have people rewrite it totally to fit their needs of the studio or whatever, and then they shoot that. So he's like, why don't they just hire homeless people to write the first draft? Why don't they just hire homeless people to write these like mission statements and stuff? Third place. Oh, wow, we'll make something out of that. It's not your home and it's not your work. It's a third place. Okay, like any other business that I go to? The CEO of the company, his name's Kevin Johnson, Starbucks CEO and president, puts out this, what is this, like a press release or something? I don't even know to all Starbucks partners and customers. Over these past months, as the entire world has responded to the global pandemic of COVID-19, I have been inspired by the strength of humanity united in common cause. Oh boy. The compassion shown by those working in service of others. Oh, by the way, he says common cause. This guy made $40 million over 3 years. The average barista at Starbucks, 11 bones an hour. Cause might be a little different. As well as the courage. You know what we need? Hold on. As well as the courage, emotional resolve, and attitude of optimism demonstrated as we overcome adversity. Who wrote this? Marty King? That's disrespectful. I can't see too good. Who wrote this thing? Marty King? Junior? At Starbucks, that inspiration has come from our partners, whose dedication and ability to adapt leaves me feeling proud every day. During this unprecedented challenge, Starbucks partners have risen to the occasion every step of the way, and have shown, and to show my appreciation, we are going to pay them $25 an hour. Oh no, it doesn't. Oh, none of that's here. This is just empty nonsense that a PR person wrote. This guy, where is he?
Jesus Christ. Toilets.
If you've ever heard his bit about Santa Claus, he does a bit about Santa Claus where he's like, the parent doesn't believe there's a Santa Claus. He just wants to please the kid, right? So pretends Santa Claus is real. The kid also knows that Santa Claus is not real, but pretends to think Santa Claus is real to please the parent because they're going through all this trouble to pretend to be Santa Claus. With this kind of like jargon of partners and third place and all this crap, who wants this? It's just These people are just Santa Clausing each other with this. No one believes this crap, this dreck. I'm sorry, okay? I'm not trying to be mean, but what kind of psycho would read that press release, that PR release that I just wrote? Wow, that's really inspiring. What an inspiring. Oh, I was on the Starbucks mission statement of their website. That even just if you stop there, what's wrong with you? Why are you doing that? I'm going to have to cut this Bumble date a little short. We are poised to adapt very rapidly in meaningful ways that enhance the Starbucks experience. The Starbucks experience. You mean getting a bad coffee for too much money? And like, the Wi-Fi is not strong enough where I'm sitting. What a powerful experience. And I was reading this like PR gibberish, and I was like, what would be far more endearing, but basically not endearing at all, but far more than this PR release. If this guy comes out, the CEO of Starbucks, and he's just like, yeah, look, this business model is just about cutting cost. We are just trying to cut every possible corner. You know, the biggest one is we don't want to pay these people. We don't want to pay $11 an hour. Can you really live off that? No, come on. I made $40 million in 3 years. You think I'm going to get paid $11? Making sure the stock price rises so all those rich people get... And if you don't like it, you can contact Starbucks customer service, which is 1-800-KISS-MY-ASS. Okay? I came up with that joke before this thing. I think it's pretty funny. They also have... It's part of this Santa Claus routine that all these companies do, is they also have to have a store purpose. So we want to be third meal? Fourth, they want to be fourth meal, like we talked about. They also have a store purpose. Imagine that, being a manager, and you're just like, don't forget the store purpose. And the store purpose is to inspire and nurture the human spirit.
Wow. And so here comes my sad commentary.
The store purpose, every Starbucks store purpose is, I want Wi-Fi, and the one at my house is not working good, and I don't feel like looking up real coffee shops. And the store purpose of the people who work for is, I hope my shift ends quickly. I hope the time goes by fast so I can get out of this dump. Instead of selling like fancy teddy bears and all this crap, they could just sell shirts like in the little Starbucks merch area that just says like, whatever, just get your drink and shut up. Like that, just on the shirt. This is from a real live barista on Reddit. These problems are totally legit. Source, I'm a 2-year partner at a corporate-owned store. With these extreme staffing shortages, partners are quitting left and right. Remaining baristas and shift supervisors are expected to take on the work of 2 or 3 people. Instead of closing the store or turning off mobile orders, we're just expected to be in hyperactive go mode literally all the time. But you can't, because it's like sprinting a 26-mile marathon. I found a bunch of really wild stories from people who work at Starbucks, especially as baristas. Grande rant. Political customers. I don't care what side of the political spectrum you're on, including my side. Keep your politics out of Starbucks. Who's coming in like, did you see that David Sirota post? Look, it's on my phone. Sir, what do you want? Look at it. I am a service worker who makes $12 an hour preparing overpriced coffee. I don't get paid enough to have philosophical discussions with someone. But more importantly, you seriously think any service worker is going to agree with your opinion on wages, unemployment, and workers' rights if your beliefs are from the dark ages?
The muscular class. The muscular class.
What? Here's another one. There's lots of these interesting like stories from baristas working at Starbucks. This is a venti rant. I can't remember if that's bigger than it. 787 upvotes on this. Holy moly. God, I hate Sundays. I was on drive-thru. I think DTR is drive-thru, right? Drive-thru. And this lady came in with 8 drinks and 5 foods. Trying to pay with the app. I said, no problem. She's struggling. I'm trying to help her. But I don't know how to use the app on the customer side because I never use it. I tell her this politely and ask if she'd like to use a different card. And she snaps at me, no, I want to use the app.
Wow.
She went like this. So I say, okay, let me know if there's anything else I can do for you. She finally figured it out with her daughter. Oh no. And she pays and I start handing out her drinks. She then tells me that I have the worst Starbucks she's ever been to. Oh my gosh. And that my customer service is awful. She hates me. She hates the Starbucks. and I don't deserve to work here. I nod, because what else am I supposed to do? As I'm handing out the last drink, I start crying. Oh boy. Oh geez. This poor person. And she, no joke, rolls her eyes and says, "And here come the waterworks." I don't think those are real tears. You know what?
I'm calling bluff.
Here come the waterworks. What a pathetic person. So as she's pulling away, I start sobbing and stand to the side of the window and try to calm down. If you've ever worked in the service industry, you know the real job of working in the service industry. And this is what we call it here at the RM Brown Channel Family Human Spirit membership. Dealing with nuts all day. Dealing with absolute, this is just dealing with that. I don't read this to kind of make fun of these people or anything like that, but I want to be very clear on this. These people, these average workers, these Starbucks baristas, this guy who makes $40 million, made $40 million in 3 years as the CEO, does nowhere near, okay? And I will go to the grave with this one. I will die on this hill. He works nowhere near as hard as these people. What is wrong with people? Very long rant. This must be a Grande. Or Venti? I don't know. One of these is craps. All right, so I just got off a double today. Because, everyone is getting sick from working so much. Just so you all know, I work at a drive-through only store with a small walk-up window on the opposite side. It's Sunday, so I wasn't expecting a peak until around 9 or 10. Ended up having a peak all day. Basically from 6 to 11. Oh boy. That must have been like this. I'm making drinks when all of a sudden I hear a splash and screaming coming from my right. I turn to see that a customer who was getting pissed with our partner threw her extra... This can't be right. This can't be right. I turned to see that a customer who was getting pissed with our partner threw her extra hot mocha at my partner through the window and then sped off. Listen, I want to send a message to that person who threw that venti latte. That venti latte. I'm going to throw, if I find you, I'm going to throw a latte on you. Okay? I'm going to throw pumpkin spice at you so that you have to walk around the rest of the day. You smell like pumpkin. Idiot. This is the James Bond style thing I'll say after I scald that ass with the pumpkin spice. I'll look at you, you're burning, and I'll go,
"You're welcome."
People always say they just worked harder. They just worked harder. That's how they got the $40 million. Nobody threw scalding sugar drinks at this guy. So I'm going to call bullshit on that one, my friend.
I'm calling bluff.
I'm tired of the siren. I work full-time and go to college full-time. And this is what I get? I'm worth more than $12 an hour. Of course you're worth more than this. In Starbucks, you putrid company, you. Cough it up. All right? So guys, there we go. I just want to let you know that at here on the channel, we are family members, okay? But if you do anything I don't like, I will poop my pants. I will literally start blasting those dipes. If anybody's like, I want to have lunch sometimes, I will come down on my dipes. I will come down on them. I will rain furious anger into my dipes.
That is some really sick stuff.
Please, if you're around, we'll be talking about much funnier stuff on the live stream tonight. If you're watching this on Monday, tonight. So please join. Cut the crap. All right? Just get on there. Bye-bye. Hey guys, you're only getting a fraction of the weekly shows. If you want a new motherfucking episode every day, subscribe on Patreon for as little as 2 bones. You get the patron-only Tuesday and Thursday shows, the Bookablega show where we look at important books, and the goddamn weekly behind-the-scenes show. And for only 25 bones, you could become a producer and get your name up here. Look at these people. These people make this show possible. If it wasn't for them, nothing. We don't have a show. We got nothing, and it's garbage. And we have to just leave. We have to just basically walk away, and we don't even really know where we're walking. That's the truly troubling part about all this. But please, become a patron today for as little as 2 bones, or 5 bones is another level, or 10, or you go the full 25 and you get up here. Big special thanks to these people. Love you guys so much.